Welcome to this BEC podcast. My name is Rasmus Piek, and I have two of the most talented players in mixed doubles next to me today, Selena Piek and Tabeling. And that was the fine words, nice words you got today. First of all, guys, thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure. Two of the most talking people I know in this sport, so a bit of pressure on you guys. Selena, you guys have momentum at the moment. We are in the autumn of 2019. It's been a decent year, I would say, or how should we put it?
I think you put the correct words on it. Yeah, I think we can't complain. What you say, we only start playing in January of 2019. And if you have told me from the beginning that we would do this well, I would directly sign up for that, I think. So, yeah, 2019 has been good to us. But we want more.
Yeah, and the year is not over yet, Robin. But what has been like the one thing that you remember right now for 2019?
I think together we had some really good wins, but one that was really special was a German Open where we beat Watanabe Higashino. I think that one really showed the level we could play, that we could compete with a couple like that. Of course, we've showed it already actually in the first 1-2 tournaments in Malaysia where we beat the Adcocks for the first time and stuff like that gained us so much confidence. But to do, and beat a couple that's world number 3 at that time, I think that's what is the best memory for me so far.
Selena, when I saw you guys were like a new pair for Dutch mixed doubles, of course it's a risk to take to split up pairs that are more than just experienced and then put it into new pairs. What was your concerns, if any, at all?
My concern mostly was that, of course, I have been playing with Jaco for 14 years, so that was a little tough to end there. But on the other hand, because of his injury, we got into this opportunity in first place, and we were very open about it. And I think that was also the right mindset to have, because you can always worry and say later, because what if, and maybe should have sticked with Jaco, and probably people would have told me that if we didn't do so well. But you know also it is, when you are doing well, then everyone is just happy. So it helped a lot that we started off doing really well, and from the start we said, hey, let's see how things are going, no pressure, we take it match by match, and that was the right approach for us at that time.
Robin, knowing that you were going to play with Selena, Selena was, as far as I see it, a Dutch Hall of Famer in badminton, but then you actually get...
That's another nice word.
but that's just a fact, because you get one of the most experienced players, the most winning players. You're one of the younger guys. It adds a lot of pressure on you, knowing that if you do not perform, everybody will just compare you to Jaco. 14 years of partnership. Yeah. You can basically only this up.
Yeah. Actually, the way you put it now, I didn't really feel like that. I felt like a chance. There is a chance, and I want to grab it. I want to try it. Like you said, Selena's really experienced, have played at a high level, have been to the Olympics. So I was also just hoping that maybe if it couldn't work out, I would have gained some experience. She could point me at some things that, hey, do it this way, do it that way. For me, there was a lot to learn, a lot to gain, and I could prove myself. I could try to prove myself, and I think that's the mindset I went in it. And I think it was the right one, because if I would have done like, I need to, I don't think I would have played my best game, and I think I did in the first 2 tournaments.
Do you feel equal now in this partnership, Selena? You are the experienced, he's the younger one, but is it like balanced out?
Very balanced out. I think we're both, it also has to do a lot with personality. We're both players. Robin isn't afraid to tell me things. He can also get criticized a lot by me. And he's also open for that, and I think actually, because he's the male player, the balance is more like this, working load wise, but mentally and the effort we're willing to do in it, it's very, very equal.
Do you agree, Rob?
Like Selena says, I can handle a lot, but if I can't handle it anymore, I'll tell her. And even though she's experienced and the one who has been on the bigger stage so far, when I've had enough, I should tell her, because otherwise, it won't work. So so far it has been good. Let's keep it that way.
It wouldn't be nice otherwise.
Yeah.
No. But I think what he's saying, we have found a very fine balance, and I'm also learning things from him. And he's also telling me sometimes what to do, which I think it's very nice, because it shouldn't go like really one-sided or be one-sided, because then the partnership or the relationship, because it's more like a relationship actually, would be very unhealthy. And I think right now we have a very healthy relationship.
When I look back on 2019, I had some certain expectations regarding the European Games and you guys. I won't say you pulled it off. Selena, when we spoke after the European Games, the European Olympics, so to speak, I saw some disappointment for you guys. Looking back at that one now, how is it?
It's still a little bit tough, because we knew what we're capable of, and especially we showed it in the group stage. I think when we were we solid beat Mark Lamfus and Isabel Hertrich, but then we struggled with our last group match already, and when we played the McGee's, we felt like we played really, really bad when we lost that one. But we also have been looking it back and actually think. They played really, really well. One of the best games I've seen so far. And they did everything right. And actually, we didn't play that bad. But just because we had the feeling we maybe should have won a medal, or we were going for that medal, it felt really, really bad at that time. And still it hurts for not taking a medal. But yeah, that's also sport. And yeah, we have gained some pretty good results afterwards back.
Yes, you did, because a little more than a month later, basically, nobody expected you to do that well. Robin, what was that turning point between European Games and World Championships? What happened there?
I have to say there were tournaments in between, like Indonesia Open, where we actually also blew a lead. You talk about 2019, and in general it has been an amazing year. I agree with that so far, but we also have the feeling that we left out some matches that we could have taken home, could have won. But we bounced back in Japan by beating the Tang Chun Men couple, and we went into Basel like, okay, we know what we can do. We'll see round by round, match by match. Yeah, but to do this well, we didn't expect that. Things felt our way. I also rewatched the match against the Chinese, the second round. I think we played at a really high level, and like you said, nobody expected it. We said from the beginning that we were aiming for at least last 16 and hoping for a quarterfinal. But to do it, it was a really good week for us in Basel.
But what was those small things that made the big difference?
I think it also helped that for the Europeans, for example, I think we were the slight favorites in the quarterfinal, and going into the Worlds, we were the underdogs. And you always know when you're an underdog, you can play a little bit more freely. There's no pressure on you. Maybe it helped as well that it was the first match for the Chinese against us. We already had a match in our bags, so that might be a huge difference in playing style.
When I look at you guys as a pair, I see at 2019, what you also said, Selena, it's hard to do it much better, to be fair. Are you afraid that 2020 or sometimes after Tokyo or however it's going to be, you can actually only disappoint, Robin?
No, I don't think so. I think what we say actually in the last few weeks is that our biggest problem is when we are the favorite. If we raise our lowest level, I think we can only become better. We've shown that we can compete at a top level. But when we're slightly the favorite, I think we sometimes fell a bit through. But we've shown so good games where we have high energy, high movement, that we can match the speed of the top pairs and should not be afraid. So if we can only disappoint, then I think you're aiming too high. I think our aim is to go higher on the world ranking. We're already 15, but we know we can do a little better, like I told you. Indonesia Open, some other matches, European Games, where we feel like we left out actually a little bit. So no, I think there's only to gain, and if we can only disappoint by making a year like this, we always have to do it better. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a compliment.
Dutch Open 2019, not the worst week you guys had. it was basically a European Championship happening, especially from the quarterfinals onwards.
Yeah.
Selena, what does it tell you that you can actually perform still after the Worlds? Because it's not unusual that you see a pair doing very good at the Worlds and then they fall, and then they might be able to actually top it again, but you also see like average level. What does it tell you?
It tells us that what Robin said before, that we are able to compete with the best pairs in the world, because Ellis and Smith are extremely solid. In 2019, I think already before that.
Also in 18 they did well.
Exactly, they won so many great tournaments, making it to quarterfinals at the highest level on regular basis. They're number 8 in the world for nothing, and they beat me twice at the Dutch Open, so we felt like we need to do something, and it worked out. But also, the Dutch Open told me, like, hey, we can play a very good match, and then the final was very good as well. And I was, of course, pleased by winning my home tournament, but I was very pleased with the way we did it, the confidence we showed, the level we showed. Like there was nothing to get for the other ones. So I was, very happy with that.
But putting it all together in 1 week, Robin, it's not easy. We see a lot of pairs and players also in the singles categories making one great result, but putting it together in a week is not easy. Why did you guys actually manage to do that during Dutch Open? Because you could also have lost in the semifinal. You could also have lost the final.
Could have lost the first round, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually think we struggled in the first few rounds. We're also playing 2 disciplines, so we've had a lot of matches to have played before the quarter, semi, whatever. But I think what made us pull through is that even though the quarterfinal we won it, it was a shaky match. We didn't feel that confident. Afterwards, we were actually really critical to ourselves, like, hey, we can do better. But from the moment we started on court with the semi-final against Ellis and Smith, we felt good and we dominated, and that gave us so much confidence during the game, but also for the next day. Sunday morning, people asked me, how are you feeling? I said, sometimes you win a match, but I think you have a little luck. But in the semi and in the final, I think we showed that we deserve to win. And that kind of confidence, that kind of dynamic on court, the feeling that gave us, made us, I think, pull it through all the way.
And it gave you a good stint into the next couple of weeks. It also gave you some good points for the world ranking and the Olympic qualification. If I look at the ranking now, I'm not that nervous on your behalf, making it not to Tokyo. Are you nervous? If you make it
a little bit. I think it's all, like, I'm more a person who doesn't look into the ranking at all. Like, I just take it match by match, tournament by tournament, and I just want to do well there. If I will focus too much on, what am I standing, or what do I need to get at this certain tournament, or I need to perform here because we have a good draw, then I'll probably do very shit. So I prefer not to focus on that. And also, actually, I think I told you as well, like, it's just another tournament, just another week. There's so many tournaments coming, and you shouldn't be too focused about making it to Tokyo, because if you are reaching your certain level, you will make it. So it's all about, playing the way you want to play, and if we can reach our own level, then I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Seems like you're agreeing here, Robert.
Yeah, I'm a little more of the point guy, as Selena, who asked me if she wants to know anything.
Yeah.
Of course, you make some decisions in an Olympic year. We went to Brazil. We're doing in Asia. We're usually taking like 3 tournaments in a row instead of 2, which we would maybe do in a non-Olympic year. So of course you're doing some extra to get to Tokyo. But like Selena says, I think we've shown that we can. The feeling you get when you can compete with top 16 or are in the ranking top 16, you'll get there. If you show your level, if you don't worry too much about the end result, but worry more about the match itself, I think that will get you there. So like Selena says, when we step on court, we want to win. If Tokyo is next year or if it's past year, we want to win anyway. So focus on it. Yeah, the focus is on it, and the goal is to go there. But when you're on court, you shouldn't worry about it because it won't help, I think.
No, it's not the main goal when we step on court.
No.
This is recorded in October 2019. It's going to air around New Year's to look back on year 2019. We're not knowing what's happening in November and December. So, of course, things can happen. But if we look back at your 2019 right now, are you happy?
Yeah, I can 100% say yes. Yes. We also in my women's doubles, I have some good results. But mainly in our mixed, we spoke about it last time. We almost beat the entire top 10. Of course, not the Chinese, and we haven't had a good result against the Thai.
No.
We don't like to play them. But on the other hand, yeah, we've shown so many improvements. And I also have the feeling personally myself, I'm seeing more of the old Selena again, which I'm really happy about.
Are you happy, Robin?
Yeah, I am. For me, it's pretty new to go to, so far in the tournament, like I've done this year, quarterfinal World Championships, but also semi-final in Malaysia and stuff like that. I think I've shown myself that I can do it. I surprised myself a little bit. Of course, you always know you can do it, but to do it is something special. I played some really big matches, like the Dutch Open final last week, that I really enjoyed. But I also feel like we could have taken it another step, actually. We've dropped down sometimes, but on the other hand, we also took some wins that maybe
shouldn't have gone our way.
Exactly, were really surprising. Or
you give some, you take some.
Exactly.
That's sports.
If you look back at the whole 2019, I'm actually happy, and I think I can also be a little proud of myself. Yeah.
2020 around the corner. Enough talk about Tokyo. That's one thing you aim for. You want to do well. Everybody knows that. But what are the highlights? What are the things that you're looking forward to in 2020, if any?
There are so many tournaments we're going to play. But my main focus is that we're going to be more consistent in showing our higher level. And I think what we're trying to achieve is also to lower, to higher our lowest level. Because if we can do that, then I think everybody should be a little bit scared of us.
Anything to add here, Ron?
Of course, like Selena says, there are so many tournaments, but we always want to do well at the European Championships. I think we'll basically also work in the after 2 or 3 months in 2020, work towards a medal there. We felt like we dropped it at the European Games, so I think we have something to prove at the Europeans. But like Selena says, every week when we play a tournament, we want to show what we can do and
go as far as we can.
Exactly.
Looking at the Europeans 2020 mixed doubles categories, it's actually quite hard to point one favorite. I would actually say it's more like 4 underdogs, or maybe even more, or 4 favorites and no underdogs. How do you guys see it?
If you look at the ranking now, you have the 2 English in front, and then I think it's us, the Germans, the French, and you have a new Danish pair, or with Matthias and Alexandra, or Sarah and Niklas, who you can also see as an outsider. Don't forget the McGee's. So I really agree with you that it's a very open category.
It's an open category, but Selena, is that because the level has lowered, or is it because more pairs have actually been doing better?
It might be a little bit of the both of you are saying, but on the other hand, I'm not sure if the level has lowered, because like the English are 2 English pairs in the top 10. And I can't say that the mixed doubles group category is that weak at all. So you need to do very well to reach that top 8 position or top 10 position. So I think in general, also the countries who normally are performing a little bit less are doing a lot better. For example, the French, the Irish, maybe you could consider the Netherlands too. But it also makes it interesting. It sets us sharp. We need to be sharp. And you can also see that at the European Games you can lose to not almost everybody, but there is some tension there. So it will be difficult to be the European champion, but it's definitely something we're aiming for.
For a decade it has been the Danes, the ones to beat. Robin, what does it tell you that it's now more open field, and actually the Danes, for instance, at the Denmark Open, there's no Danish mixed doubles. I cannot simply find the last time that happened. I'm not sure it ever happened before. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I think they have been struggling a little bit with injuries, especially in the category of mixed doubles. But it showed that, we're doing well, but not only us, also the other countries. In the in the Sudirman Cup, England beat Denmark in the group stage. So I won't say tables are turning or there's a really big shift coming or whatever, but I do think that especially now in the mixed doubles, it's equal terms. There are a lot of couples who've shown that they can beat high pairs, Asian pairs, good pairs. So yeah, of course they're the top country over the last decades in Europe, and they're aiming for that every year, and they're showing it in different categories, men's doubles, men's singles, that they're actually the best in Europe. But hey, why not change it?
Selena, looking at the world ranking, I know you don't look at the ranking, but you might know that it's the Chinese on top and some of the Asians in the first 6-7 positions. What is it that the European pairs need to do better to actually get those top spots, so it's not Asia only?
What I said before, I think the main goal is to be more consistent, because I think the Asians are often so good in what they're doing, but they don't change that much, or they used not to change that much. They now start to change a lot too. That's maybe why they are still a step ahead of us. But you also can see, I think the physical aspect of the mixed doubles game has been changing. You see Zheng Jiwei flying around the court like it's nothing. And I think maybe it also has to do a little bit with genetics. Like you can see the Asian players are more explosive normally than the Europeans are. And those who are very explosive are actually, I think, right now in the top 3 in the mixed doubles. So he needs to do a lot of jump training, I would say.
Are you ready for that?
I think I have to if I don't have another option.
That's also our the balance in our mixed doubles.
That's the balance.
I'm telling him what he needs to do, and he's like, "Okay, Selena."
Yeah. Sometimes I just think like, talk on.
Yeah.
Selena said, "Jump, you jump."
He jumps. Yeah.
Basically. The last topic I would like to touch is the life of you two after 2020. It's normal. In the past, we have seen, I will rather put it this way, in the past we have seen players retiring after the Olympic circles. That's a 4-year. At Rio, we didn't see that many. So maybe things are changing. But where are you guys by 1st of January 2021? Where are you guys? Are you still playing mixed doubles together?
That's a good question.
Probably on our couches recovering from the night before.
Okay, 3rd of January or 1st of December might also be an option actually. Yeah.
As I can speak, I'm pretty young as a doubles player. I'm 25. Next year I'll be 26. So in 2021 I'll be turning 27. And for a doubles player, that I'll be getting old, but there's some time in me. And this past year has been actually my first year where I keep performing at the world stage. With top pairs, so I'm actually getting more hungry for results and more eager. So I'll hope to be still in the circuit and doing what I'm doing now.
And to be honest, I was actually not nervous about you. It's more about you.
Maybe that's why I took the question.
Surprisingly, a lot of people have asked me. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me the question if I am continuing after Tokyo. Yeah, I think I will. Like. It depends always on a few things, like that's what I've been saying as well. Like financially, I need to be stable. Physically, I need to be able to do it. And the best thing, I need to have the feeling that I'm still able to grow in my level. But right now, I really do have that feeling, because I don't want to continuing just because I'm continuing, you know, because there's also a life outside of badminton. I can clearly see that. But right now, I'm as eager as Robin is and hungry for more. So probably you will see us still facing tough battles in 2021 if he still dares to stand next to me then.
But one thing, Selena, and we talked about it multiple times, you and me. I still remember that interview for Belgian International a couple of years ago now actually, where I was pretty sure that either she found a new partner soon or she's done. Are you still happy playing badminton? Because that was the main reason you continued to play, you said.
Yeah. That's why we also took the Belgium Open to play, to find that happiness again. Because when I'm happy, I play my best. And I really like badminton, but I also can live without badminton. It's not that I need to play it every single day. Like he really knows everything.
Mm.
I'm not like that, but winning makes me very happy, and we have been doing that quite on a regular basis. And what I said before is that I really have the feeling that I'm reaching the old Selena again, and I'm feeling good on court. I'm feeling confident, and I have the feeling there's so much left still in us, and that's also what keeps me sharp and makes me want to continue.
So if we should put a full stop on all these sentences and say the big goal for 2020 of yours, what's that?
Tokyo.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
be an outsider there.
Outsider at not even just qualifying.
No,
No,
definitely not.
No, because qualifying is one thing, but I think when you qualify, you need to aim for the highest possible. And I think if we are playing our best, we are very, very
Dangerous,
difficult
yeah.
to beat. Yeah, and you know, I've been there in Rio. There have been some surprises, especially think with Marcus and Chris taking the bronze medal. So it is doable. And I think if you believe in it and if we improve like we're doing right now, I think it's possible.
Guys, I wish you the best of luck. Not on qualifying, because I said I was not nervous about that. I think you'll make it. But best of luck in Tokyo, and also for the rest of the tournaments. I think you have like 15 tournaments before we reach Tokyo at least. But that's another talk.
Probably.
Thank you for stopping by. It was a pleasure. And thank you guys for watching this podcast. Go follow these two on social media. They know what they do there as well. So thank you for watching, and stay with Badminton Europe to get the best content from European badminton.